Where am I at?
Hello and welcome to G-Spot. Thank you so much for joining us tonight and every Tuesday night at 10 p.m. Eastern, where the lovely ladies Chloe Cohen, Sincere McCall, Tara Little, and Renee Preston Hooper will be joining us to talk about what's most exciting to them. I have a little bit of echo in the room, and here's the irony. That was me. So you really appreciate the fact that this is internet television, and we are such an engaging episode and everything that you see here that I want to know what questions it is that you have, and so that was the site that you see up. If you want to ask questions, if you want to be engaged in this show, feel free to find us on YouTube. Somebody else just did it as well, which makes me feel a little better. And these are just some of the things that we got to warm up to. But what we're going to do is we're going to get somebody who started playing the video on YouTube to press mute on the YouTube version. Thank you very, very much. And so why don't we all take a second right now, go ahead and open up that second link, the YouTube version. We have an internal chat room here on the show as we start to develop it, and this show is as real as it gets. So you will see mistakes, bloopers, everything, and of course they make us look good in production and editing. So as you come on and you have questions, you have anything, bring us into it. But tonight, I just want to take a second and introduce our great staff. So I'm going to re-kick it off for a second, that we're all poised and ready to go, and we'll go from here. Hello and welcome to G-Spot. It is the show that it gets honest and real about everything that us ladies think and feel. I have the luxury every single week of spending time with these fabulous ladies that you see here. So, Chloe Cohen, go ahead.
Hello. I'm Chloe. I am 35 years old. I live in the Pacific Northwest. I'm a DJ. I also have been living with MS for the last multiple sclerosis for the last 14 years, which has been a challenge. I am a honest woman, and I like being honest with other ladies, so I like these ladies because they're true and honest. So we're going to have a great show. Yes.
Thank you, Chloe. Sincere McCall.
Hello, everyone. It's your girl, Sincere. I am a stylist. I am also an artist. Main genre is pop rock, but I do a lot of genres. I pretty much joined the G-Spot because, hey, like she said, we are all real women, and I love that. I'm a very real and honest person, so I love vibing out with people who, are, like that. And that's pretty much it.
We love it. Thank you so much, Sincere. We're going to take a second now, and I actually go to myself. My name's Ermine Nomir. I am the host for this evening, potentially other evenings. We'll see how it goes. Tonight we are going to be discussing the book that everybody has been raving about, that's 50 Shades of Grey. I am a bit of a single mom in the group. I have a 15-year-old teenager, and I'm a strategic planner at an advertising agency by day, and at night I do this. I kick it with amazing women from all around the U.S. and talk about things that, let's face it, guys, actually matter in our lives because it's about the G-Spot. I'm going to kick it over right now to Renee Preston Hooper. Tell us about you.
Hi, y'all can just call me Renee Preston. You don't have to be all, it doesn't have to be that complicated. I don't mean to be. I live in Texas. I'm 36. I have 4 kids, and I'm married to my second husband, and he's just a doll. We live out in the country. I ride horses. I raise goats, and I milk my goats, and I drink the milk too. No, I don't really know what to say about myself. I'm not somebody that likes to talk about themselves, but I do like to talk about other people and have a good time. And I'm not scared, so bring it.
Awesome. Nice to have you here as well. Renee Preston, and thank you for that clear up. And lastly, but definitely not least, let's go to Tara Little.
Hi, everybody. I'm Tara. I'm 30 years old, and I'm from Central Illinois, and I'm I guess, the housewife of the group. But don't let that fool you. I have 2 kids, and I have 3 stepchildren. I love them all dearly. My husband's wonderful. I love to do all things. If it's fun, I love to do it. I have a very open mind, and I'm looking forward to discussing all these topics with you ladies, because I'm kind of shy and quiet, so I'm looking forward to being out and open about a lot of things.
Ooh, out and open about a lot of things. So you know what? I think on that, we will all be honored if you kick off the first question for the evening. As you guys know, we're talking 50 Shades of Grey. This is E.L. James and her trilogy with characters Anastasia Steele and Christian Grey. Now, for all you guys that don't know the book, because it's been, everybody's talking about it. You can go to any talk show, any ladies in New York. This is a show a bit about seduction, a book about BDSM, bondage, discipline, sadism, and masochism. Sorry about it. That one always takes me by surprise because maybe it's not enough. What I'd like to know tonight, before we go too deep into the book, from these ladies, tell me your thoughts on some of these more intimate and demanding aspects of relationships. What goes on in the bedroom? What is it, and here's the question, that each of you are looking for? You want to start us off with that, Tara, please?
Okay, I'm sorry, can you say that one more time? I'm trying to get my computer fixed.
No, it's completely fine. What is it that ultimately you seek in a relationship? When you looked for the one and only, what is it that you looked for? What is it that you found?
Well, it's kind of funny. When I met my husband, I wasn't looking for a relationship. Actually, I was 17 and just got out of a relationship, so it was something fun to do for the summer. But as I've grown and we've gotten together, communication is one. The romance, intimacy, being friends. If you can't be friends, there's no point even being together. So it's a combination of a lot of things, but I think really the passion and the friendship and somebody has to make you laugh. I mean, it's a bunch of things wrapped into one that makes it really perfect. And it works for me, so.
What I understand, though, is the one may start with communication and has the friendship, the passion, the romance, and intimacy all tied in. Yeah. Who else wants to take a stab at that? Can I ask the 2 married ladies first? Renee.
Yes, I'd love to address that. First of all, second what Tara said, she was right on the money. I married my best friend. I was going through things with my previous relationship. I was exiting that relationship when I met him, and I needed support and I needed a friend. I did not need a boyfriend and I didn't need a lover, but he was my friend. He was what I needed, and he took care of me, and he was the one who stood by me when all my other friends kind of didn't.
Right.
And he really endeared himself to me that way, and I fell in love with him because of that. You know, his kindness and his honesty. And that's another main thing, is not being afraid to show your true self and to be honest with the other person. That's the only way you're ever going to achieve true intimacy, and that's what everybody wants out of a relationship, is to be loved for who you are, unconditionally, no matter what you've done, no matter what your weird, freaky whatevers are.
Right. Yeah,
to be able to tell another person, I stuck my finger in a dog's butt once, and have them laugh.
No, it's so true. It's so true. You do.
Right? And they're just like, you know, I stuck my finger in a cat's butt once. It was, you know, just a weird thing, you know. And so you can say that and not have to worry.
Right.
That's what's awesome. That's what everybody's looking for.
All right. So my question, I'm rolling this over to Sincere. We went there. What's your take on the same question?
They basically hit everything right on point, but one of the biggest things with me is respect. If a man doesn't respect you in like every in which way, it's not going to work out. So that's my biggest thing, and I feel like when a person has respect for you, all those other things come. You know what I mean? If somebody respects you, they know how to touch you. They know what to say to you. They know how to listen to you. The communication is right. So R-E-S-P-C-T, hell.
That's right. We're singing a little bit of that tonight. Chloe, last question is for you. What does it take for you? What are you looking for ultimately in that relationship? Or shit, you mean, I mean, maybe I'm assuming too much. Are we all looking for a relationship?
That's just what does it for me, you know what I mean? The casual encounters don't ever do it for me. It has to be that super intimacy in order for me to be able, if you know what I mean.
Oh, yeah, I know what you mean.
Oh, speak your mind, Renee, speak your mind.
I can't, my kids are in here.
Chloe, what's up with you, though?
I was just going to say there's got to be a good balance between, like, friendship, intimacy, passion, you know, all of it.
All of it. And see, for me, it's tough. Because
that would be the ultimate, right?
That would be the ultimate. For me, though, it's tough because there's times where, I'll be honest with some folks, I just want to fuck.
Right.
Right? And
don't we all, there we go.
You know, I mean, it's like...
I'm just talking like the ultimate partner.
Okay.
Like, I would want to marry. Like,
Let me tell you.
But they also better know how to sit down and have a conversation with you.
Hey,
Take you to the Dominican Republic.
Speaking of just wanting to fuck, is that a bad thing? Because a lot of people, you know, even married people, y'all two in the corner, don't be right now. Okay, you know that a lot of times as women, we get looked down because we just want to fuck. But men, they can go out and fuck and do whatever they want to and not be in love and all of that. So my question to you guys is, do you feel like that's a bad thing for a woman to feel like that?
Nope.
No.
It's stereotypical, yes, but it's not wrong.
Right.
All right, because I got to...
Flood it up. I mean, there's a difference between, like, having fun and, like, flooding it up and just, like, fucking with dudes just because you can.
But see, what about sis? Okay, you are in the situation kind of. You know how like as women sometimes we say I just want to fuck, but then when you sleep with that person that you quote unquote just want to fuck, emotions get attached.
She just called me out. See, we always have this back conversation going in between. And you know what? There's definitely some truth to that. The emotions get tied in. I'm going to go to that in 1 second and tell you guys I just came back from the Dominican Republic. And I was chilling on vacation, went to a wedding, did some other sightseeing and things. And the bouquet gets tossed, right? And that thing hit me. It was right there. It got tapped off someone, and I could have just went like this. Man, my hands like naturally just was like, get that thing away from me. I don't want that quite yet. So there's a part of me that knows either it's not time, I haven't found the one, or I don't even know if it's ultimately what I want. I don't know. But what I do like in it, and tying it back to this 50 Shades of Grey, has to do with this character, Anastasia Steele, and her luscious love affair with Christian Grey. She's a student, and he is an entrepreneur, someone she's doing research on to get an essence of how to do greatness. And their relationship, for all I can tell so far, right, because we don't know ultimately where this stuff will end because it's a trilogy, is very just. It's sensual, it's titillating, and it's nipple hardening. I mean, I don't know any better way to describe this, right? Because we all know these moments that we've had, and sometimes, you know, you get with someone like you guys, you have the love of your lifetime, and they can smile at you, they can just brush past you, and you get that certain feeling. And then there's other people who you don't care much for, and you have that same, and as you called it, emotional tie-in. So my question really, what's better? The emotional connection or the physical, and none of the questions of like both. Because of course we want our cake and eat it too.
That's what I'm saying, but it's like there has to be a balance, you know, it's all about compromise. So it's like there's got to be some kind of balance between that emotional intimacy and the physical intimacy, I guess. I don't know.
Well, I guess I'm an emotional person because, well, I lucked out this time. But I always fall in love with the ugliest motherfucker.
Oh.
and
That's not a bad thing.
Like she said,
You know,
though, it has to be balanced. Like, thank you, God, that I found balance in this relationship. He's sexy and the emotions there. But I always found myself with an ugly-ass dude because emotional attachment. He's a good dude and this, that. And all the cute guys that I found that was my type were dogs. They were too much like me.
Yeah.
You know, all that stuff. So it has to be a balance, most definitely, because you will end up with a monkey, I'm telling you.
Yeah, but if a monkey could do you right, treat you right, whatever, I mean...
No, but then
Monkey it is.
then the sex stuff. You have to be attracted, you know, to have sex with somebody. Which for me, I do. Like, so...
Whoa, okay, everybody, it looks like we're having a side chat here a little bit. Everybody has to be attracted to have sex, to do anything, it seems, right? We all have to be attracted at some level.
I have to have attraction. If I'm not attracted to you, it's not happening. It ain't happening. I just can't do it. I don't know.
What if he treats you like so bomb, like everything you want in him, he is just ugly as hell.
I don't know. I don't know if I can do it. I don't know.
No, none of us know. We're going to actually check the questions for a quick second here. We're going to take not so much a break, but look at you guys ask if you have any questions about 50 Shades of Grey and how that reflected on your life and BDSM. Let's talk then about control and control in the bedroom. That's where I'm going to take it here for a minute. So as you guys break it down, I'm just going to do a quick refresh on this. Hopefully it stays muted.
Refresh.
And it doesn't stay muted. That's something that I learned. Just to see where it's going and where it's going on. If you guys wouldn't mind also, the page, the original page that this is showing on is Melvin's, right?
I think so.
I think so.
All right. So I'm just going to double check his posting on it and see if it's something that would be wise to reshare, because all of this will ultimately be cut from the final version. But, well, let's see. If you guys will take this link and reshare it on your post, it would be greatly appreciated. Not the link from inside the Hangout, but what I just posted there in the chat room.
Okay.
Because what that will do is continue to get the conversation started. Okay. So this is a quick... let me know when everybody on here has reshared that link and feels comfortable with it. And we will continue down the path. Anyone who hasn't shared it?
I'm sharing it now.
I'm working on it.
Awesome. Okay, a couple more. Thank you, guys. All right, we're finalizing a couple more shares of this. If any of you guys want to join us with any questions or answers or what you thought of the book, let's talk about a couple specific themes of this book and what is going on with it. Can somebody hit mute? And it actually, once again, it's me. Let's go back to this 50 Shades of Grey, a little bit about the book. So relationships between recent college graduate Mrs. Steele and billionaire, a little bit of a manipulator, Christian Grey. So this is a guy that is powerful and a lady who has her own power, but it's understated in comparison to his. You see them in some of the first shows being tied up and all sorts of fun things happening. It wasn't as risque as I thought it could be. Does somebody have it showing in the background?
It's Tara. Tara's audio. I don't know. I think her speakers and mic are too close together or something.
I'm just hearing a little bit of an echo. All right, welcome back to the G Spot tonight, where we are here with Chloe Cohen, Sincere McCall, myself, Ermine Nomir, Renee Preston, and Tara Little. All right, we are talking tonight E.L. Lewis's 50 Shades of, E.L. James's 50 Shades of Grey. 50 Shades of Grey. And all about the BDSM type nature. This thing has gotten women's panties in a wad, people titillated, and having conversations all across America. And we want to get a sense of what's going on here. Let's talk about specifically, though, because we've all read romance novels, although I don't know that we'd admit reading the entire novel. This one's a little different. What is going on for these two characters that we found profound? Has anyone finished reading the book? Is there anyone that's finished it? Okay, I'm going to start with you again then, Tara, because I didn't
stop reading it.
I know, right? There's some parts of it where it's like, woo!
Oh my gosh.
Do tell. What's your take on it?
I loved it. I saw a lot of reviews about it, and actually a lot of people had a lot of negative stuff to say about it. How it was poorly written and this and that, and a lot of the BDSM community, they were upset saying it's not a real portrayal of that lifestyle. But being, as the book would say, vanilla, I guess I am, I loved it. I'm not into pain. I'm with Anna. I don't want to be beat till I cry. But, you know, a little pleasurable pain is good. And to me, the book portrayed that. And their lust for each other, the desire to be with each other on that level is just so intriguing to me. I just loved it. I love that. I can't wait to get book 2. I'm getting ready to get it.
Oh, that's great.
I loved it.
I struggled with it a bit more than you, but that's not, it was difficult because you know what I ended up saying to myself when it was all said and done? I have a great sex life.
Yeah.
Because, you know, if everybody's getting titillated about this one, and I don't know that I do, you know, a lot of the things that they did, but it doesn't matter because I was feeling like, all right, we can do something with this. Anyone else have a take on what they've read or at least what they've heard about it so far?
Well, see, now I want to read it.
You see, that's exactly It really is. I think it's a necessary read. It's definitely a conversation piece. But Chloe, you had a similar reaction last week when we talked about some aspects of it. Do you want to share that?
I don't know what you're speaking of specifically.
A similar reaction in terms of, you know, given what everybody's talking about, I'd love to read it. You were saying last week as well that you might love to read it as well.
Sure. Yes. Well, I think it'd be exciting. But I would only be reading it because somebody told me it was really hot. You know, and I don't think it'd be like I would have picked it up any other way.
There'd be no way
Me
that you'd be
too.
looking for your own Christian?
Always am, always on the prowl, but I also am patient, obviously, at this point. I'm pretty patient and waiting for that
one.
special somebody.
So tell me about it
But
for a second, because this book is called 50 Shades of Grey, and we all know the main character is Mr. Grey,
okay.
Christian Grey. What is she trying to tell us? Because we haven't opened the next two, I haven't opened the next two aspects of the series of the books. What is she trying to tell us? Is he really this complex, or is he like every other guy?
I think he's like every other guy, to me. He seems complex, and that's what makes him intriguing, but deep down, I think he just wants to be loved, and he's finding that with Anna, and it's blowing his mind. He's not used to that, that feeling, and that's what I think. I think he's deep down a typical male. He has a little different likes, I guess you could say, but...
Right.
But I don't know. I think he's typical, I think. Once she cracks that shell, I mean, he's giving her all the signs. He's into her. But she does irk me in that perspective. How do you not know this man is not digging you like that? You're acting so naive and nonchalant about it. You fly 2,000 miles to be with somebody, surprise him. He ain't doing it for the fun of it. I mean, but...
Right. Not that much of a...
Yeah, so I don't want to spoil the book for anybody else, so I don't want to keep talking about parts, but I just think he's typical.
Okay, so what is the typical male in our opinion? And I'm going to start over at this end. Chloe, you're on, sister. What's the typical male?
The typical American male?
There you go. Rephrase.
That's a good way of putting it.
I have to preface that because American means something totally different. We're just talking men in general. Or is that what you want? A general blanket statement of men in, I don't know.
Well, Tara just gave insight on she thinks he's a typical male. And so what I wanted to know was, what does that look like for you? Now, based on the men that you date, the men that are your friends, maybe your brothers, anything.
I have no idea. I've never really thought about it. I mean, I think most of the men that I associate with in my life, first of all, a lot of them are just gay men, and that's a whole other thing. So I don't have that many straight guy friends in my crew. But yeah, so I'm kind of skewed, I guess, because I could tell you about gay men.
You're awesome, too. They're the best friends to have.
I mean, I'm a pretty good judge of character and pretty, intuitive with people. So it's like, if I don't get, like, a good vibe off you right away, I'm not going to put myself in a situation where I'd be trying to converse with you.
So, no, this is great. This is fine. Asking Chloe about the typical male, and she could definitely talk about the typical gay male, which is great, because we're going to do an entire series of shows probably about that. But my question then is sincere. What's the typical male?
A liar. A cheater. Basically, someone who has no originality. They act like every other dude walking the streets. The dudes that you don't want to talk to. The dudes you don't want to get involved with. Someone who wants to have their cake and eat it too. And that pretty much explains it all. That's the typical male. A liar. A liar has all of those bad things inside of the word lie.
See, okay, so y'all heard it here first. This is what us women really think about you on the end of the day.
Yep.
There's some women who can't trust and don't trust you. And I'll tell you, for me, I agree in some respects. There's the stereotypical male, and then there's the typical male. Because I struggle sometimes. I'm the biggest sports fan. I'll be the first one to put on ESPN. But man, if I gotta be scheduled in between the NBA games like I have in the past few weeks, I'm not happy.
You see, I'm not
Go
even.
ahead.
I hate the typical male that's like that. Like we gonna talk about that kind of dude. Like I hate sports and stuff. I think it's so stupid. Like seriously. And the only reason why I like football is because of the boys and they butts.
Well, that's what it comes down
Right?
to sometimes. Go ahead.
Ain't nothing wrong with, the scenery. Scenery is always nice.
It
Right.
definitely is.
But yeah, I like weird guys. So.
Weird guy. You can find them all over the place. Anybody else want to chime in on this one? Because I'm going to bring it back to BDSM here. I'm going to go a little bit darker in a moment. Does anyone want to chime in on this stereotypical guy?
Okay, stereotypical American male is looking at your ass and your tits, whereas most other cultures, you're not. That's not what women are so much. They're sex objects, but not like they are in this country. So we, I think typically, although European men are pretty.
I don't know. I didn't caught them Muslims looking at me now.
See, I think there's always the look. I do. Stereotypical or typical.
So
It's
what?
just American men or some type of culture, stereotypical or typical. Some cultures will say it. Some cultures speak what's on their mind.
But see, this is how I feel. American man, whatever. A man is a man. That's how I feel. So, men are typical, period, to me. If you ask me.
Right.
It seems until maybe they find the one. Before we go on to that different subject, let's talk about it at the end of the day.
Huh?
When you're with your man or your buddy, what makes you feel good? What sends you out of this world?
Dirty talk. You start talking dirty to me, I am melted.
Oh, what is dirty talk, though? I got to ask you, what does it sound like?
Oh, come on. I don't want to
No.
talk. It's
There, Chloe, there.
It's like you're graphic. They're graphic about like what they want to do to you at that
Okay.
moment.
That's,
You know what
that's fine. All right, that's kind
That's
of where I
as
was going.
graphic as I'll get tonight.
Okay, that's we're holding back a little bit. I feel we're holding back, but that's okay. It's a first show. Same question for the rest of you ladies. Who would like to talk about it next? Because I can talk about it.
Renee, it's your turn.
Oh, okay. I'll take my
Quiet
turn.
tonight.
Well, I'm trying to listen to everybody else has some really good stuff to say, so wait my turn. What was the question?
That's completely fair. What turns you on in
Um,
terms of like that? I want to go a little bit deeper into this the sex talk, but the bondage, the dominance. Yes.
Dominance. Now I can comment on that. There is something about that appeals to me. Not like controlling dominance or abusive dominance, but just an aggressive desire. And that being communicated to me in a very confident way melts my butter anytime.
There you go.
Did that make sense? I mean, could y'all get that? Or,
I want to know
I
what
got
that
the FCC
sounds like.
upstairs. You know what I'm
Renee,
saying?
but I want to know what that sounds like or looks like. I mean, is this dude like bend over, or is he like?
No. See, that's rude. No. Rude isn't cool. Rude isn't cool.
Or is he grabbing your hair and like...
Maybe a little. Yeah, that's okay. A little of that, what she said, with the hair. That's fine. And he's good. And I'm trying to phrase this with the FCC upstairs in mind.
Oh, there's no FCC on YouTube. That's
upstairs in my house.
Okay,
Yes,
I was trying.
I was trying. No, yeah. Just taking charge of the situation without being rude about it. It's hard for me to explain. I guess I would have to be a dude in order to understand the actual thought process that happens. But it's Kamira wants you.
Okay, but
you're the most beautiful, and I have to have you.
But okay,
and
so we're
details. How is that communicated?
But go back to the book. Go back to what it is it's trying to tell us in all of this, and this Anastasia, who's powerful in her own right. But we're wondering, on some level, do we all want to be controlled? Do we all want to submit on some level?
Yeah, I think we do. Actually, but it has to be, you have to feel safe, and the guy has to earn the right. The guy has to earn the right.
See, and I struggle with that, you guys. I struggle because one of the questions we ask, and I want to get a sense from you guys, this will be the follow-up, is what is your ultimate fantasy there? But before, we're going to stick with this one. We're going to let Renee, and the entire group, Sincere, Chloe, please be ready for this one. What is the fantasy? Because this is like a 10-seconder. But Tara... But wait, one more second, though. I'm going to give Tara a little quick second here to finish on hers. Tara, tell me about your ultimate here.
In the BDSM?
Yeah.
Shit.
Yes.
Always silly. Well, after reading the book, I feel like I'm so in control and I'm so organized and that's just me personally in my everyday life. I have to control things. And I think for me in the bedroom, it would be to be dominated, not be beaten. I'm kind of like Anna. I don't want to be beaten, but tie me up and tease me to the point where I'm going crazy and little smacks here, hair tugging. I would love that. I think that's why I like the book so much is because me and her we like the same things, I guess. I could tolerate what she could tolerate, and then reading about it was probably more exciting. So I think that would be my fantasy. I would go visit the Red Room of Pain, and he could, we could do the same things they were doing in the book. I would love that. As far as dominating a man, I guess, like I said, I'm just so in control of everything I do all day, every day. I just want to take a break from that. I don't want to control anybody. I just want to be controlled for a little bit.
Okay, well, I'm on the other end. I want to try, even though I do get to control a lot of things in daily life, I want to try it just once with the whip. I want to be the control. I want to do what I said or else. And I want to see for a really strong guy, not like wimpy, right? I'm talking about like a dude that has that same power, what it's like, what it feels like, if there's any rise personally or for himself as well. I mean, it's just a fantasy. Who's going next? All right, so this is the, go ahead, Sincere.
Hell. We talking about fantasies, right?
Fantasies.
In the BDSM sense.
Right. I guess I would love to do like a dominatrix thing. I want like my sex life to be more like my music. My music, if you listen to the lyrics and stuff, is so sexual and controlling and the stuff that we dream about. And that's how I would want my sex life to be for real. Like straight up whips and chains and masks and swings and shit.
Swings. That's interesting. I know, that's interesting. It's great. Chloe, your go.
So I think we discussed this last week, but I thought about it, and I was like, I'm gonna make a correction on that. Two bisexual guys and another woman.
Foursome.
kind of like.
Chloe, why do they have?
Oh, she added to the
Wait.
fun.
What?
Wait, go ahead. I was going on the fantasy before you got cut off. 2 dudes, 1 other lady. So there's 2 of each.
I don't know. I think I don't want to think too hard about it because it's kind of like, wow, that would be pretty cool. But no, I don't know. I think I've had my a few fantasies come true in reality, and so ever since then I've had a hard time really fantasize about things because I don't want to like jinx it or whatever. It's some weird fucked up thing for me, but you know.
All right, go with it. That's all right. That's all right. And
I
Renee, you're gonna.
like fantasies can come true, and so
Fantasies can come true, and BDSM. Renee, let's hear yours.
Okay, well, I feel most powerful when I am the #1 object of desire. So my most powerful feeling moment is going to come in a situation where I appear to be submissive from the outside looking in, but actually I'm not. You know what I mean? Like having the I'm just like I have the STC. I'm sorry, I really should have done this outside. Having the other person being dominant because I am the #1 object of desire makes me feel most powerful. So I enjoy that being controlled feeling because it makes me feel more powerful than the person who's doing it, if that makes any sense at all.
No, it absolutely does. Absolutely. That is power in and of itself, and I think on that we are going to close out G-Spot and 50 Shades of Grey this evening. If you guys have not read the book and are so inspired to do so, it's an e-book. You can also get it in print. I've seen it. Numerous people have it in print. Go to Amazon.com or your local bookstore. I want to thank the ladies and all of you that have joined us this evening, and will continue to watch the shows and be inspired. But what it is we really think, and what it is that is real about our lives and keeping it passionate. Chloe, Sincere, Renee, Tara, thank you, and good night, everyone.
Thank you. Good night.
Thank you. Have a good one.
So I think we can all stay in the room. He just can cut the broadcast for a minute.